uranium production fell to its lowest level since 1949. Now, unfortunately, that means that Russia and Russian allied countries provide around 46% of our uranium. Despite that alarming statistic, the Biden administration recently failed to include uranium on its list of critical minerals. This worries me. Is this, you think this level of reliance on nefarious sources could pose a serious strategic risk to the United States?
Thank you, Senator. Yes.
So what, and you think the U.S. would be better served strategically speaking by adding uranium to the list of critical minerals?
Thank you, Senator. You know, I do definitely agree that uranium is an incredibly important material, and the list of critical minerals has, as you noted, been changed to not include fuel minerals, and so therefore uranium is not included. In the Department of Energy, we have the authority to consider a lot of supply chain issues, and that includes critical materials, which is a distinct category from critical minerals, and the Secretary has some authority to consider materials, particularly fuel materials, that are important regardless of their categorization. And I would say that is where we are, and there is no question in my mind that we will continue to focus on uranium as an incredibly important fuel, much like we do with all of the other fuels. And yeah, Senator, thank you for this.
Oh, thank you. Now, what additional steps do you think we ought to be taking in order to secure a domestic fuel cycle for uranium?
Thank you for this concern. I think, you know, there are a number of clear forward-moving steps. The first is that, you know, as we look toward replacing the vacuum that Russia will leave in exiting the market for our uranium, both for the existing fleet and the potential future fleet, it'll be very important that we have a source of raw uranium that is mined and milled from a, you know, stable nation, either here domestically or elsewhere, perhaps our allies in Canada or elsewhere. Second, a conversion facility expansion. Right now, we have one conversion facility in the United States, and it's restarting. This is in Metropolis, Illinois, at the Converdyne facility. You know, if one wanted to expand our conversion capacity, you know, it will have to be more than that, and it currently is only restarting because of this uranium economics situation that you described earlier. It could potentially be incentivized, it and other entities could be incentivized to restart our conversion capability rapidly, as long as there's a signal from the federal government and from the industry. And then enrichment capability is the final piece. And we have a demo in Piketon, Ohio, but with that and the HALO availability program, it won't get us to the space that we need on its own. We need an aggressive, forward-moving appropriation targeted toward a plan for availability of both low-enriched uranium and high-assay low-enriched uranium in order to support our existing and our future fleets.
Great. And by the way, on the fuel minerals point, there is a provision in the Energy Act of 2020 that allows for the inclusion in the list of these minerals, any additional item that might be suggested by any other agency. And so there is a way to deal with this under that, and I do think it should have been included. Now, I just met with the Utah Associated Municipal Power Systems Group, UAMPS as we call them back home, whose small modular reactor project is making tremendous progress. I'm hopeful that with the efforts like those at the Nuclear Regulatory Commission to create a generic EIS, we'll be able to quickly and safely deploy much more reliable nuclear energy. What other regulatory updates do you think might help clear the path for clean, reliable nuclear energy?
Thank you, Senator. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission is the gold standard in the world for nuclear safety and security. And I'm confident that over the last many years, they have been improving their processes with a focus on our next generation nuclear reactors. And I think the NuScale project is an excellent example. They currently hold in their hands a design certification that they've been able to take to other nations. One of my first trips was to Romania, and in Romania, they're very interested in purchasing a NuScale reactor. They might even be the first, and I think the NRC has demonstrated the beginning of what is certain to be good applications towards advanced reactor certifications.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.